Hello, in this presentation we're going to take a look at Google Sheets. The objectives: we will be able to explain how Google Sheets can be useful, set up an account, open a new worksheet, save Google Sheet as an Excel file to the desktop, import an Excel sheet to Google Sheets. Now, most of the stuff that we will be learning on Google Sheets we can apply to other types of the Google products such as Google Docs. And so what is Google Sheets? Google Sheets is an electronic spreadsheet similar to Excel. Now, Google Sheets does not have the same amount of functionality as Excel. So if you're doing advanced functionalities within Excel, then Google Sheets doesn't generally replace that. But it does have some features that make it useful that can supplement someone who is that type of user in Excel, in that it can be easily shared with others, and it can easily be accessed in different locations. So if we are an advanced user in Excel, then it can supplement that type of user. If we're not an advanced user and we're just basically doing addition and subtraction and using formulas that are fairly basic, then the Google Sheets does support that and is flexible and whatnot as well. The Google Sheets account will be located here. It's going to be part of the Google's package. So Google has a large package of accounts. It's a good idea to set up an account with Google and take a look at all the resources they have. It's also a little overwhelming to see all the resources they have, so we're going to take a look at it one step at a time. Here, of course, we are focusing on Google Sheets. But in order to get that, we have to sign into the Google account like so. So you can log into this website, and then you can go to the Google Docs here. If you have a Google account, then of course you just log it in, and then you're into your Google account, and then you have accessibility to all the Google products, including the Google Sheets. If you do not have an account, then I suggest setting one up like so. So you can create an account, and it will be a free account. And once you do so, you can confirm it. You'll get the welcome page, and you'll be into the Google account. And then you'll have here's some of the products that are available to you that are owned by Google. Again, it could be very overwhelming to go through these products. It's good to take a look at it one step at a time. A lot of the things that we'll take a look at here within Google Sheets will be applicable to some of the other products, especially like Google Docs and that type of thing. So here is a Google Drive account. Account has been set up, and we can take a look at the functionality within here. This will be the icon for our account on this side if we wanted to take a look at our settings in that location. If we hit this icon here, we see once again all the products that are available through Google in this package. And you go through there and browse through there. We're going to concentrate on Google Sheets. One way to get to the Google Sheets is to go to the Drive account. And the Drive is going to give you some free storage drive, and it'll sort your items, such as your documents and your sheets in this case. So here's the Drive account. Once we are in here, we could then open up a sheet, a new sheet, if we wanted to. I'm going to hit the Drive drop down. We've got the Google Docs, kind of like a Word document, and the Google Sheets and the slides, similar to PowerPoint. So I'm going to open up a new Google Sheet here. And in order to name this, we'll just put our name up at the top. I'm going to put it Test2, just to name it something. And you can see we have the similar functionality that we would have in Excel. So basic formulas are going to work in a similar way, where I can use the equal sign, point to the cell, plus, point to the other cell, and enter. So we have a lot of functionality. It's more of a drop-down setup, similar to older versions of Microsoft Office accounts. So you have a lot of functionality within there, a very similar taskbar that can do a lot of the similar types of options. Not quite as much stuff there, but a lot, and there's also a lot of add-ons that can be included in here. So in this case, if we went back to this icon, we'll go back to our Drive account, and we should then see it, the new item here. So here's the new item that we have then set up. I'm now in the Google Sheets account. If I wanted to see it in terms of everything, I could go back to this icon and go back to Drive, and we can also see it in this location. So this is going to show all of our documents. If we wanted to sort our documents, we could then put them in folders. I have a folder for an accounting class here. If I want to put a new folder in there, we can call it ACC2, create it, and then we can sort our items such as this in the folder. So I'm going to go into that folder. There's our item. We can then share the item with other folks in this location, but if we wanted to upload it somewhere else, we'd have to download it to our desktop as basically an Excel document and then upload it somewhere else. So if we download this to our desktop, generally we will need Excel if we want to convert it to an Excel file. So for example, if we open this one up and we now want to save it to the desktop, we can go to the File tab up here and Download, and then I'm going to download it as an Excel document. We obviously have some other options there as well, but I'm going to download it as an Excel document. This is actually converting it from the Google Sheets doc to an Excel doc. I'm going to enable the editing, and here's our document here. So if we added a couple more numbers, and we could see the similar functionality there. I'm going to save this to the desktop. So I'm going to go to the File tab. I'm going to go to Save As and put this somewhere so we can locate it on the desktop. I'm going to go up to Desktop and just save it. It's that copy of test2. Save it, close it, and if I minimize everything, there it is on the desktop. So if we open that up, now it's in an Excel document. So now we have the more functionality, of course, within the Excel document. If we had an Excel document such as this and we wanted to open it within Google Docs, for example, if we wanted to open it somewhere else and we're going to another location and we want it on our drive, on our Google Docs drive as a Google Doc, we can put this file back into Google Docs. So if we open Google Docs back up, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the docs here. And in this case, I'm going to open up a new blank document. And then I want to go to the File tab, and we're going to try to open up that document that we just downloaded to the desktop. And so we're going to go to the Open here, Upload, and we could drag it into the screen or select the file. I'm going to go ahead and select it. I happen to be pointing right to where I want to be on the desktop, so I'm on the desktop here, and there's our copy of text2. You can see it is an Excel type file in this case. So I'm going to double click on that, and that should upload our file. We can see the change that we made here on that document. Then if we go back to this icon, Sheets Home, then we should see this new sheet. So now we had our test2, and then we have our Sheets Home. So now we have two copies of it that obviously if we download it and upload it, that's going to be one of the issues rather than if we just were to edit it online where we can just keep it as one copy. So then we could delete the second copy if we so choose. So that's how we can download files within here. I'm going to go here and just point out one other thing with the drive. Note that if we look at these documents and we see this little icon, that means it's a Google Docs icon. This is a Google Sheets, and these are going to be the Google Doc type icons. If we look at the amount of space we have on this drive, we get 15 gigabytes for free. At this point in time, you could get more or less. Well, you could get more, not really less. And but note that no bytes are being used, even though these files have been created. And that's basically because if we're using these types of files, then they're not going to take up our space within. We get free space for some types of files, being the Google Sheets files. So we can have a fairly large amount of files if they're in the proper format, in the format of a Google Sheets file, and not have it take up the free amount of space, which is 15 gigabytes at this time.